Many people think that when a cat starts meowing loudly in the middle of the night, it's just fussiness, clinginess, or stubbornness. But the truth is far deeper and far more painful. What sounds like an annoying cry may actually be a plea for help from someone who can't explain what they're feeling and uses the only language they have: fear. The night amplifies everything. The house goes silent. The darkness feels heavier. And the cat who was always confident begins pacing nervously as if walking through unfamiliar territory. That long, drawn-out, desperate meow doesn't come from nowhere. It's triggered by something your cat can't control: confusion. When a senior cat begins vocalizing like this, it's as if their mind is opening small gaps. Things that were once familiar, the hallway, the living room, the scent of home, suddenly seem strange, threatening, distant. And you think they're calling for you. But they're calling for someone they feel they're losing: themselves. Imagine not recognizing your own room. Imagine waking up and not knowing where the door is, where the light is, where safety is. Imagine searching for a familiar voice just to be sure you're not alone. That's what your cat does when they cry loudly at night. They're trying to find a point of security in the middle of internal chaos. And the cruelest part is that this doesn't happen just once. In darkness, everything becomes even more confusing. Their aging brain can no longer process things properly. The home they've lived in for years becomes a maze of invisible doors. They walk, stop, stare into nothing, and cry because nothing makes sense. This behavior, though common, should never be ignored. It isn't charm, it isn't a tantrum. It isn't a bid for attention. It's pure instinct trying to survive what feels like a blackout in their own memory. The loud meow is the feline equivalent of please. Someone help me. Some cats begin wandering the house aimlessly, stopping in the hallway and staring at nothing. Others forget where their water is, where their food is, or reach the litter box and seem unsure what to do. Small signs that, when added up, tell a silent story of confusion. Others simply hide. They slip behind furniture, get stuck in corners, looking like they're asking for rescue without understanding how they ended up there. This cycle of disorientation is one of the first signs of cognitive aging, and guardians often miss it until it's advanced. Day-night reversal also appears. They sleep for hours in the sunlight, but when the house sleeps, their brain wakes up wrong, restless, anxious, loud. They walk around as if something is missing, and something is. They've lost their sense of safety. There's a scientific name for all of this, but for the cat, the name doesn't matter, the feeling does. These gaps in recognition are terrifying. No matter how strong or independent they seem, in the middle of the night they become vulnerable again, and they need you. The bond you've built over the years is exactly what they seek when they cry so loudly. They don't want food. They don't want to play. They want recognition. They want to remember through you what their mind has begun to erase. And here's something powerful. Cats understand safety as presence. When you speak to them, turn on a soft light, or touch them gently, their brain finds a reference point. For a few minutes, things feel clearer, the fear shrinks. They anchor themselves in you. It's not your fault this happens. Aging comes for everyone, and for them, it arrives quietly. But you can make their nights less frightening. Soft night lights, stable routines, predictable schedules, and cognitive toys all make a genuine difference. These adjustments become safety trails for their brain to follow. Soft lighting prevents spatial confusion. Routine prevents them from getting lost in time. Mental stimulation slows deterioration. And most importantly, your presence reduces the anxiety they can't name. With consistency, the desperate meowing decreases. Not because the problem disappears, but because they no longer face it alone. And when a cat feels they aren't alone, even in the dark, they become calmer. They trust you to guide them. And maybe this is the most beautiful part. They cry so loudly because they believe you will hear them. Because in their mind, you are the only anchor left. The voice that still makes sense. The scent that still feels like home. Senior cats don't ask for much. They can't describe pain like humans. They can't explain confusion, but they show it. And when a cry breaks the silence of the night, remember, that's courage. It's their way of saying, help me not lose myself. And the truth is, when you respond, even tired, even frustrated, something shifts inside them, they slow down. They breathe better. They recognize you before they recognize the house. Because their real home has always been you, not the walls around them. So next time the night breaks with a desperate meow, pause before complaining. That sound may be the last plea of someone who loves you and needs you to stay whole. If this touched you, comment yes to help other guardians understand. Like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps this message reach who needs it.